live. Hello everybody, this is Evander Advent, and welcome to the Pandemoneum raid in a Crystal from Beyond. Lots of level 9 materia, which I'll never use, since I don't get overmeld gear. Overmeld battle gear at the very least. My calculations were correct. I thought at this very spot I encountered none other than an Evander, here who saw us through the final days. Surgeon with eye in my mouth, I stood here for all else I concern ourselves with that. I'm NGG, assistant when Professor Claudine. We work with the Atheoscope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities for a novel. Strange crystal boundaries and scalar, for instance, defies our every conjecture. We bring to center of the star and far beyond it. However, so we hope you may see something in the crystal that we academics do not. I beg you will lend us your well-traveled eye and aporia. Professor Claudine will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Yeah, because from the screenshots they showed in the patch notes, the crystal from beyond, they show in a box a crystal that bears the shape of the Ascian memory crystals. Now this, of course, can draw all sorts of interesting conjecture. Because the Ascian, because the memory crystals the Ascians made and used were to help restore the memories of the shards of the like the 10 seats of the Ascian convocation who had been sundered. So they had 10 of those crystals for all of the other ones, like Fandaniel, Eorm, Logriff, Mitron, Nabrialis. All of those people were just like random schmucks in other worlds before like the Ascians found them. Found like the souls of the the convocation members that like had a piece of them inside, and used these crystals to call forth memories of their previous lives to have them join the Ascians and don the red mask. But there are 10 of those, with sequence 11th one made by Emmett Selk in remembrance of. Oh yeah, I need to go back and do these. Remembrance of Azem, who had like left the convocation before the summoning of Zodiark. But Emmett Selk, La Habrea, and Elidibus didn't have crystals because they were unsundered. At least I don't believe they did. And like for like the very teaser image of Pandemoneum, we saw La Habrea, who has been dead since the end of Heavensward 3.0. Greetings, Evander, and welcome to our humble laboratory. I'm sure NMGG has already told you plenty about us. I'll need to introduce myself personally. I'm Claudine, leader of this little research collective. Let's admit, I've been nervous about this meeting ever since NMGG set out to find you. For research in my field, there's no greater honor than to meet the first one in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. Also, the lighting is terrible in this scene. I cannot see your face. The President speaks often and at length of your deeds. He has no small number of achievements to his own name. He peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other Charlian. The breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single woman. But seize the precious opportunity to learn what we can from her. Perhaps crack this conundrum and stump the three of us from moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the anti-tower of the Germanian hinterlands. There we spoke of Heidelin and learned of the fate that would follow the star, the final days. Soon thereafter, all researchers moved to Labyrinthos. It is through the Atheoscope that we continue our vigil. The impressive work as the device is, however, we can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we received an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared forth suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. I found that possessing an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude. Its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Fortunately, that was the extent of information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal is very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. Thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, a crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus we decided to seek you out. The dauntless adventurers who delved in the unknown beheld its innermost secrets. Now we would have you see for yourself. Can we just pull out like our Azem stone and show it to them? Here's the crystal in question. Resembles aught you have counted for? Even the smallest degree, please say so. Yes. The Yastian memory stones. Memory abides within this crystal. As I thought, you do know what this is. Please, tell me everything. We're going to tell about how the Yastians use these memory crystals to bring sundered souls of past selves into memory. Or, you know what I mean. I already explained all of it before we came down here. I see, the Yastians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. I was playing this crystal special somehow. This revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Several artifacts have appeared throughout the ages. Memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, restored stones passed from master students. Yeah, we're talking about just like the lost action stones of Bosnia and the job crystals, the soul crystals we use for our jobs. Comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? And he's just off in his own world. Yastian memories. Windows through which may gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the crystal of Ender's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Yeah, it has no mark. I looked at it and it's just like, I don't see anything on there. It's just a crystal. Who then could these memories belong to? More importantly, why are they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why is this in adrift on the ethereal sea? It's almost like somebody like made a message in a bottle. They took all of their memories, put in this crystal, and sent it adrift for someone else to find. Professor Claudine! Yes? I'm well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough. There's propriety to consider. But have a guess, when you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? But, yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry. I do so easily find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. Perhaps a more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they reveal to themselves to you upon contact. I have a feeling we might also be plugging this crystal into a machine and kind of like delving into these memories. Almost like we did in like the instance that started Bosnia. Where, if anyone message, come. Pandemoneum, please. Faces grave threat, star, danger. Did they all hear? The expression does not bode well. What did you see? I only heard words. But do they recognize Pandemoneum? Pandemoneum. It's not a word I've heard of before. My knowledge of the ancient tongue says well, it means all demons. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. Yeah, like, that's pretty much how it is. Pan is all and Demonium is demons. If another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Gigi, we should not. I trust their procurement to you. If there are more memories to extract from this crystal, you'll find them. As for you, Evander, there's a person I'd have you seek. The one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells a crystal could have very well been made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past to an era for the centering. Also, do people just know I can just go to Elpis? I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. I must confess, the tales people tell of your adventures beg our belief that veracity has been subject to much debate amongst my peers. At today's meeting, however, there will be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So ask you now. Return to the past, find out what you can, and where Pandemoneum is, and if we need to be concerned with by this message. Okay, so now I go back to Elpis. Thank you. For the time being, keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Say travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. Oh, it says I had to actually go to the portal. It's like, don't go to Elpis, it's there where it says, journey to the ocular and approach the portal. And I think what it basically means, in terms of this, like, the lore of the story, I journeyed to Elpis, like a little bit's opening, like, the door to the past. We journeyed back there. We did everything we did there, and then came back to the present and haven't been there since. So everything in Elpis was at a one-time thing. It's not something we can freely go to and from as like the gameplay mechanics lets us. Actually, I have something else in here I'm waiting to pull out. You know, I don't think I actually mentioned this much yesterday, but over the weekend I was, I actually went and leveled up Blue Mage up all the way, so I got the Predatress there. Got the full Mirage set. Yes, the Mirage hat. That actually... Oh yeah, just like for me running, I actually managed to, like, to my disbelief, in one run get Glass Dance from Shiva Extreme. I unsynced it. I ran it with just like a level 70 Blue Mage. I didn't have to wait quite a bit since it was like the last in her weapon rotation, but Glass Dance finished her off. Boom, got it. I forgot I still had those though. If you receive this message, come, Pandemoneum, quickly! Like, at least we're not a tiny little ghost like we were last time. See, another who bears a white robe. We got this sussy looking dude. Of course, apologies. For this moment, I'd like to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. and they recognize us as similar to Azem. I wonder what Azem's true name is, since she told me a falling star would appear before me. Poison must be in it. Truth be told, I didn't expect the expression to be so literal. Is this friend actually Azem or Vana? Themis. My apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I'm not one of Elvis's observers. Rather, I'm come here on an assignment, but it's been more or less routine up until this very moment. Surely you know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here. There's plenty you not belong here, or any place I know for that matter. I'm Azem's familiar. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at her disposal. If you're here at Azem's behest, I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You're here to investigate Pandemoneum, yes? So, we may be able to help one another, but first, can I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? Please don't let us tell him we just came from thousands of years in the future. I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. You're looking down. Aww. I shall pry no further. I'm well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. For if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Fascinating. I cannot say much as to what it contains. It is clear that there are memories stirring within. Maybe to speak of something gravely amiss in Pandemoneum. The facility extends beneath Elpest and is overseen by the Wards of La Brea. Houses those creations are highly valuable as research subjects and highly dangerous as a star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded under constant surveillance. So yeah, all like those dangerous things we make, yeah, they go down there. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether is detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandemoneum ceased. I'm here as representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation, have been tasked with investigating this incident. As there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? I'll just take the current ones because I could. Ooh, securing the course of your investigation may discover valuable artifacts. Oh, like this is about just like tokens. Where familiars dare. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let's join the Pandemoneum together. Our destination is the same. I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble getting us both access, and do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I have been waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandemoneum. It seemed only natural we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided it would be unwise for us both to go. Two members of our organization were seen poking our heads around research facilities and could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone. Shut up with these words. Fear not, for my absence a star shall fall before you. Well, I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, but now I understand. She had a way of being right about these things. And so, words were to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should kept my gates to heavens. Suffice it to say, I'm grateful for your presence either way. As to the matter at hand, we first gave permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandemoneum. About to be a speaker waiting at ignorances. Still can't say that one right. Zoom, 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 zoom. Yes, speak with the words of La Habrea speaker. Yes, speak with the speaker. What a fascinating signature. According to the convocation request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandemoneum. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandemoneum as you please. Now that was a painless process. I think that's a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigation together. Of course, we have been made to enter the facility. The specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. We're to heed the warder's instructions at all times. Those who conduct their work within Pandemoneum are called warders for their role with respect to creatures within. Yeah, like, I just noted just like, I wondered how like close they came to calling stuff wardens with an N instead of an R. Because it's just like calling back to Final Fantasy XI. Like, two of its most infamous creatures in the entire game were Absolute Virtue and Pandemoneum Warden. We got Absolute Virtue in the Valdesian Arsenal, and so as soon as the name Pandemoneum came out, Pandemoneum Warden started bumping around. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study and turning them within the facility. Yeah, because like we saw this when we had to get rid of those like red wolf creatures for the story here. They're just too dangerous and aggressive. But some of these things, well, like yes, they're dangerous and aggressive, and we cannot let them out into the ecosystem. We can also learn things from them. Learn what makes them this way, or learn like the crazy things they can do. So that's why they study like dangerous creatures like this. Those who spend their days in Pandemoneum are normally researchers. We must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful energy, but Pandemoneum is a frightful place. Throughout the purpose of your investigation, if you discover aught that merits report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late? Warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if there were anything worth worrying about. I see. Appears La Habrea has kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Know him? We've met. That a mere familiar would have the honor to meet Master La Habrea. He's not known to easily afford others his time, so it must be extraordinary indeed to be granted even a moment of it. Oh yeah, I see him every time I do the Praetorium in just like the main scenario roulette. Another thing that's of interest to note is I focus on La Habrea, because La Habrea was like there in like A Realm Reborn, and we saw him die at the end of Heavensward. But like the other two uncentered Ascians, Emmet Selk and Litibus, Both had such depth and character added to their stories where they actually feel like people. La Brea just feels like a Saturday morning cartoon villain. We're just like, look how evil I am as he monologues to you. So we're like, are we gonna get like some actual humanization for him here? We're like, yes, this guy's a person, or we're just gonna see, yeah, he's always been an asshole. That we are free to make our way to Pandemoneum. The news still take us there is an eastern bank of left. Let's delay no further. So I gotta go up. How to contain my surprise to sake of appearances? Is it true that you have met La Brea in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We'll come to know each other in time, I wager, or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let's be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandemoneum with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? I have a feeling we'll be going to like the zone that Yoshi P previewed for us. Yep, this is it. It's as much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits for a moment. I thought the ethereal irregularity are nearly so grave a portent as I imagined. Alas, it was a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the injury and die may not sense anything awry. However, it has the spirit in making this place impenetrable. Even the finest of masterworks now has flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It's working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there's no immediate danger. I'll reinforce the protections I could the moment we arrive. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring. It shall at least serve to slow its progress. Points to a victory, though, so ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. Silence in the air speaks volumes. I do not expect a bustling facility. I see not a single warder. First course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there's something you must know. Magical move upon entering requires my constant awareness. I say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandemoneum's protections will rapidly crumble for the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it. But let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. We should fail to find a peaceful solution. Hope we can rely on your strength to see us through. Of course, you have my promise. Thank you for offering your help so willingly. Equipment are drawn. I hope to be able to at least lend at least a touch of magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had in mind to use your ether as a basis for illusionary allies I'll fight at your side. Yep, 7 for, 8-man raid. Next to the down raid, but looks to you, a formidable band nonetheless. Then so shall it be. Now, what I wonder awaits us in Pandemoneum's pitiless halls. First circle of Asphodelos. Government crystal-born from the far reaches of the Imperial Sea, and the desperate plea contained within led you to once more to help us, where your trajectory quite literally collides with that of a young man named Themis. Like you, he's here for answers, seeking the source of etheric disturbance culminating in loss of contact with the jail housing the ancient's most dangerous creations. It is in this place, this Pandemoneum, into which you now descend. I just hope I don't go in and people are immediately talking strats. Okay, here's what you do at this point. Should I just go, once we start, I'm going to say, first time. The world uncentered, Asphodelos, the first circle. Oh, see, just a man running out. I'll save them! I must! Whoa. It uses transformation? Whoa. Here's you with the Warder Zeke. I'm afraid he's in no state to answer questions. Perhaps you can bring him to his senses. Our allies. Erictonios, Warder of the Condemned. I see a red mask on top. I'll let him main tank. Let's take him first. Oh. The other's fault. The flail. Okay, that's the raid wide. Good fall. Ooh. Then you're onto the depths of chains. Sail by ice and flame. Oh, I see. Oh. No. Wrong one. It was a match, not a opposite. I'm legally obligated to tell you that I ain't a real doctor. Good res macro. Nah, nothing, Pete. Signing cells. Yeah, it's very much like colors. Do you match color or do you do opposite color? And just like you know what I mean? Remind you. Light out of triumph. No, yeah, you do want to do opposites. Kill this nice stack to the thing, and just like, oh, now you just like you died. Shun. Straight into it. I also find it interesting how our first boss here is not a mad beast, but just more like a mad jailer. And I would just like... Say keep this sensation. You're just... There you go. Mira! No, wait. Someone else. Oh. Didn't even realize that one was there. Wasn't paying attention. There's like that other person over there just like... You're on the wrong side! I'll be 3? Yep. We're doing great. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't seem well needed for, like a master res. Like, people are, like, dying every so often. And it's not like, I don't think it's going to be a moment where it's like, oh shit, something goes wrong and then, like, 4 of us are dead. I don't think that. Yeah, just, like, stack all the debuffs. Or, like, stack all just, like, the shields and... everything. We're pretty much like in the same just like sort of like loop until we like die or hit in range. Where we win. Yeah, LB1. Yep, there we go. Oh, I need to pick up a new Wondrous Tales. He's not. Yeah, passing out all of that. Oh god. I'm gonna go for like hands or feet. Ooh. These two are the 2 pieces I'm going to fill out this week. So I got my piece of gear this week. That was a thrilling display. It may so vaunting. Warriors I spun to Aretha found even more splendidly than anticipated. Suppose they are cut from excellent cloth, after all. You should wait till this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder. Be very curious to know what drove him to attack us, sight unseen. Commander, he stirs. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind is filled with a storm of desperation, anger. Leapt at you, though I knew not of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies, and my thanks. Jack knocks some sense back in me. I'm not fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. I'm Eric Thonios, Warden of House of Delos, Pandemoneum's highest lair, the place we're in now. I just wonder why you're so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandemoneum? The creations in charge of House of Delos have been set free and stalk its halls to no end but violence. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandemoneum is under the charge of a key ward, who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and the loyalty to Master La Habre is absolute. If something has gone terribly wrong, tries might to hold the line, the chaos of it is overwhelming. Until I realize I have become separated from my colleagues. There were a chorus of whispers assailing my senses. Afterwards, only flashes of rage and fury, then blackness, which awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. You see, the senses may have been muddled by magic that affect the mind. Perhaps it's the self-same ones you saw that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever's taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. If you've come here from the surface, must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. Know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror amongst horrors. The Pandemoneum's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. The same individual or individuals that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. When you received word of what has transpired here, what measures would they take? Doubtless to consider this place to be a lost cause, Pandemoneum's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. They just snap it away. As I thought, where the creature escapes the outside world, there'd be untold carnage. Words of La Habre would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. I'm on a reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You'd go alone? I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. If they wouldn't abandon their duty, they would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make is a monumental one, but please, it's not a word of this convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Erchthonios. Decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength and resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. Hey, I'm here! Having said, our investigation has only just begun. But you're remiss to turn back ere we made an exhaustive survey, so for the time being, there is slightly more of the resolve to lie upon. Yeah, I'm here. Yep. and you would be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies is more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend, which goes some way towards encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. So you agree to help? For a moment, our goals align. Like the magic Pandemoneum may hold. When time is in our favor, let's proceed upon the course you and Evander have set us upon. Jamis and Evander, yes? Thank you. The Warders owe me you a great deal already. A great debt already. You should be glad to have someone familiar with Pandemoneum's halls by our side. Party of three is ever so much more entertaining than a pair of two. Now let's turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates in case any have followed you out. I'll make some direct hit this time. There's just the gates of Pandemoneum. Under the surface. Sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor water has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Give me if I understood. But I understand. Did you mean rescue the waters and creations both? Actually, they may be dangerous. They're valuable research centers. Once they are labor, our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say La Habre would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if he had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. So you've met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandemoneum. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility, that is to say, La Habre's predecessor in the position of Chief Keyward. Her name was Athena! Ooh, another Greek name. She's a researcher of the words, but she appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I did not know that there was a Chief Keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by a duty to the words, then. You wish also to preserve the work of your mentor. You're the right of it. I'm lacking ideas on how to go about that, however. A mere warder, and you cannot wield intermittent magics. Of course, I hardly expect you to be versed in magic we use here. Or, if you recall during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Interment is more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. Although both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use interment. Even if we are allowed, I lack the aptitude to use a spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. Has some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established the foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, interment freezes the very space around it for so long as the caster wills. Indeed, while the illusionary beings that you summon to our fight suggest as much, your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of interment. I've been actually lecturing you like a child all this time. If my knowledge ends there, there's a precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws. It would need to be cast since spells of any consistency. I consider myself well versed in various magics. I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of key ward without instruction. Instead, if I were to learn more of interment and its inner workings, perhaps. Leave the fighting to me. You two can figure out the rest. I dare say we can do just that. Ericthonios? You implied that what prevented you from performing interment with the last of magical capacity, who I submitted your power of my own. the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. And so what I'm getting at is, like, every kind of other thing we come across, a big monster will fight as like a ranged boss. Instead of killing it, we're going to just fight it and beat it into submission so it can then be recaptured. Maybe our best course. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even a small misstep, we'd have to start over. Yeah, because, like, do you know this theory? Because I can provide the power. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spell so many times that their motion have been burned in my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well, let's work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures, so I suppose there is a matter of finding one. Be foolish to rush in blindly, as we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I prefer to engage a single creature that a vendor could dispatch all on her own if the spell were to go awry. I can get an idea of that regard. I've seen the hippocampus wandering the waterways during my fight. Perhaps it's still there. Through the subject house for Nostradamus to find the water, I will even able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. That should be our first target. Perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the interment magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree, but we can trust you with that task. Yep, you beat into submission, and then when it's just lying there dazed, we recapture it. Spendable as ever. Once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keywords magic. Then my illusion shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. As magic warps the environment around it, be at home amidst the waterways, steel yourself for a fight. Second circle. The Order Ericthonios had brought with him the chilling news all creatures within Absidelos, the highest level of Pandemoneum, now and free of their fetters. In order to prevent total chaos from bursting forth onto the world above, Themis and Ericthonios plan to utilize interment magics to safely capture any errant creatures. If the theory translates into practice, that is. Fully one way to find out, head for the waterways to confront a monster legend, the water-wielding hippocampus. Oh, wait! That was an in-progress one. I didn't mean to mid-join. I didn't mean to join mid-prog. Shit, I missed the intro! Murky depth. That's a grade wide. Got double black is nice. Ooh. Oh! Okay. I didn't realize it could separate its two halves like this. What the hell? Freaky deaky. just like following them. Oh, the tank swap. I don't see any debuff on me. Drops me. Association. I'm really, let's just stay on this side. Yep. There in the middle like a good boy. Put the flame marker there. Yeah, just like Rosie be really already to LB3. Get angel feathers. Yeah, just like I know. healer for 7 years, lol. Like, head is like the wide one. They're just 15. There we go! LB1. Little sad I missed the intro. I'll make sure to turn off that feature in the future. Pour your power into him. Yep. Ah! Oh, that was cool. This is Pokemon WTF. Okay, so I got myself 2 Greaves. Yeah, so my next 2 ones have to be both the same. I thought you were no mere mercenary. To make such clean work at the Hippocampus, seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandemoneum, let them display their skills. Master takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our Prime Mercury Perfection is no small part thanks to YouTube. This power is more than enough to complete the tournament. Spellcasting was never my strong suit. It almost made me feel like a proper Magus. Truly? I've seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Evander. I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception. It's only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics have leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side. To guide me to you, and prove the impossible possible after all. More crits. Fires of Creation. While its success in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening, the fact we've yet to see any other warders concerns me. The key ward of Acidelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let's hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the key wards besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Of course. The man by the name of Hesperos is in charge of Acerdelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He did much to ensure that I flourish here in spite of my ineptitude in magic. I've always known him to be a sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, he was not only masters of interment, he can also bend the hallways of Pandemoneum to the will of creation magics. With all this in mind, I'm certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I see why absolute control of the environments is imperative. When we faced the hippocampus upon air and sand instead of the waterways, I expect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, this Hesperos is as capable of carrying as you say. We should do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He is like as not taking your colleagues to a secure location. Safest place to be the innermost circle of Acerdelos. From there, they would flee to abyssos if hard pressed. If we have sought safe haven, should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, to make of the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Acerdelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. Well, of course, I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, proceed to the central corner, or it's powered by the Phoenix, last I recalled. Phoenix, I've heard the name before. A fiery bird with life eternal. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers. If I recall, truly exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built upon the back of failure, however. Bray has suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And hardly the only one. The Phoenix will be one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye. Far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, so he's willing to churn the world to ash, thus it was confined within Pandemoneum. Development of the concept continued elsewhere. As the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as a possibility, save for Lahabre and his words. I believe this was actually in a story back in Shadowbringers. I received word that at long last, Lahabre had succeeded where so many others had failed, has nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandemoneum celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. Research the words of Lahabre has little consequence to our work here. Save those rare times and charge them for a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. But enough reminiscing. We must make ready to confront the Phoenix. Well, it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandemoneum. We should make the assumption at our own peril. Best assume that we'll need to bring Acerdelos' most unruly subject to heel. Really see no reason to delay. I just noticed it's Phoenix with an I, F-P-H-O-I. What I think F. The Phoenix's power of flame will avail far less in a barren quarter than elsewhere. It may serve well to us for us. They serve us well to subdue it sooner rather than later. Still got these three-headed snake things. That was like the second boss of 87 dungeon. Looking at the window, what do you see? but like this would be probably more accurate to call it Proto Phoenix. Oh, and there he is. And he looked like a vampire lord out of Castlevania, and then he speared us away. What? Whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will, face an uphill battle. Possible. Those are creation magic at work. That means let's confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every job of our focus shall be required if we are to inter the Phoenix. Who knows? Maybe he's under control of something. See, we have like established that mind magics were at work because he came out in like a mad frenzy and just like just madly attacked us. So it could be that there's something in here that's controlling the warders to like let us out, let me out. Has successfully doomed the hippocampus, your group set out to find Ectonius' fellow warders, presumed to be hiding in the deepest circles of Acidelos. Standing on your way, however, is a Phoenix, a violent failed iteration of the iconic immortal bird. It soars through the halls warped by creation magic to an arid and desolate wasteland. Its perfect choice of battlefield, awaiting any foolish enough to venture into its newfound domain. Mythical creation, the Phoenix. Oh my god, look at this thing! 3-headed Phoenix! Somebody immediately opened up with instructions. Elemental fire plume. I didn't see that because I was so far over here. Oh, too slow. More exaltation. That's the raid wide. Pandemoneum. Darkened fire. And I just noticed Phoenix Fire Gauge in the building. I do need to move that. The circles can't touch. Wallet. Fine, Lamau. Or like you got this going now. Oh well, never mind. Sorry! I don't understand how I went the first time there then. Sorry, with an extra E there. Yeah, like they've been dead and just like in the wall where they ran there. Oh, I just realized that was a double tank buster. They got these, like, evil, gross black teeth down here. Well, hopefully. Up. Cease down. All the healers down. Shit. Only one of our summoners can res. Put up some extra defense. Like the paladin throwing out all the clementines. Shit. Oh, dead. Now we wall it. Sad. Yeah, like we're just about to get the healer LB out, and then. Psh. Wait till my first 50 again. Ah. only got one bone stack from the second wave. Darkened fire. Just take care of that. I'll stay over here and focus on the boss. It just seems like there's 4 circles, have 1 circle on each side, you're good. Saber has their own Phoenix sound for a bit. Out of the way! Mamma mia! Breathing space. I've used up my big shield though. I have to stack some of my other smaller buffs. Grab out. now it's annoying because like, oh wait, this is when I'm actually going to throw like my big damage skills. Violet is in the field, okay. LB3 at 5. So now, or just after this. Whoa, everyone's there. Getting Terra Flare out. Oh, let's throw something else in here. There we go. Now we'll mind it. Hey! These are ones this is one I need. Yay! So far I'm 3 for 3. With that, the Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there's yet the matter of this arena. You told us there's been one person who has Fidelis' ability and authority to wield such magics. Unfortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. Contemptible display fits an inferior specimen. Even so, I expect you to at least delay your advance. We're not surprised so that shades of a turbid drag the Phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure as traders care to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. I hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. God, you look like you stepped out of Castlevania! Keyword Hespero. Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandemoneum? Pandemoneum, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand! Oh my god, he got teeth! He is a vampire! What the hell? Orxthonius, must you pester me with these inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Again, you've never been one for insight. My Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity I shall never understand. Got the pointy ears, the pale skin, I see the fangs. Oh my god, this guy is cool. You may look like him, you're not the Hesperos I know. Something has warped you too, from the inside out. Keyword I knew of had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was this all a farce? Did you hide your content for all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. Mine is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such waste of potential. To be son of Master La Habrea, or skilled in magic like a newborn babe. La Habrea is your dad? Of course, it's always about La Habrea. Silence! You're not worthy to utter his name! For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities. Beyond your shallow reckoning, I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I become one with our mythic creations. Rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Hemithio shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful until the end of days. He's gonna bind us now! We shall require no other! If not, and he just breaks it! Ha ha! Are you blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Ericthonius is more capable than you could ever know. Thanks to his instruction, is able to master the art of interment. Both how to wield it, and how to break free of it. Evader, let's quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperus' mind, it is plain that his power far eclipses our own. Let's have time to gather our strength. Flash bomb. Weaklings though they may be, take singular aptitude to master a turban so quickly. They don't think of how swiftly that familiar laid low the Phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Where they fritter away their strength in calming the beasts of Asphodelos, I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Ericthonios. Even dullards have their uses. Like I said, like, you put him, like, in Castlevania, you won't realize he doesn't belong there. My darkest suspicions have been realized. We faced the key ward of Asphodelos himself. More than revelation, however, Ericthonios worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, received naught but scorn for whatever the key ward has become. It shed little since I returned. I only hope that the shock of recent events has not proved to be a death knell for his resolve. Yep. And like one of each, and then something else. Which I am loath to disturb Ericthonios so soon after what had just occurred, I'm afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it'll do him well to speak about recent events, showing both the keyword and his father. It's like the fact that La Habrea is a dad! Creation of the ward which surrounds Pandemoneum was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. Both my father and I can bind others in chains, perhaps the only thing that we have in common. Ah, so it is true. I'm La Habrea's son, bereft of his talent for magic or his brilliant mind, but a son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, How do you indicate some long-held connection with La Habrea? It was La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea. More specifically, my mother, who was a researcher there. You did speak of Athena, chief keyboard for La Habrea. She is your mother, yes? How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You have the right of it. Athena was my mother. It was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. I see there's little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyboard when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. She's returned to the star. La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities. So now we have moments spared to mourn her. What love do we owe him now, when he offered not one drop of compassion then? I see. She's no longer with us. An expression to convey the end of a life. I've only known the public face of La Habrea, who is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances. I must admit that often he comes across as cold. Apologies. Can we speak of something else? The topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand, after all, namely, how to deal with Hesperos. We've yet to see the other warders, and judging by what we know now, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. Now that he is aware of our presence, we are preparing for our next encounter. We can't expect to face him on equal footing, quite the opposite in fact. For a moment he spent chasing out the creations, another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. Wise course would be to find him first and foremost. His entities become one with creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to interment. In theory, this should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so he could serve his master? In my mind, he's merely put La Habrea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Habrea is the chief keyword of Pandemoneum. How is throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity. We must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or be dangerous to allow him quarter? I want answers too. Then as ever I see you, I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all convincing I need. Very well, let us try Ericthonius' plan. Thank you, Evander. I like a chance of light in nature of our foe. Hesperos spoke of us. Notice he wore the telltale fangs, Vicolacus. A beatrice feeds on the ether of its prey. Likely that as a creation Hesperos merged his essence with. We know all too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. That'll not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. Fourth circle. Also notice, who wards the warders? Picture of the Chaos and Acidelis is revealed to be none other than keyword Hesperos, which known for his kindness to both warders and captains alike, now appears before you as an amalgamation of a mythic beast and man, Hemitheos. Drunk with the devotion to La Habrea and dripping venom for Ericthonius, Acidelis' keyword may be its most fearsome creation. Or may two. Healer in. Dude, can we get this gets like the opening sequence of Symphony of the Night with this guy, him just sitting in his chair. He asks like, "What is a man?" And then he just like throws his glass away and then stands up and flirls his cape. Can we get that? Nope, he's just there. Nope. Oh, they got new music. Mivios Hesperus. Yeah, I gotta say. Ooh. We're in Castlevania now. Evisceration. But one Master Nasperdellos got his case, setting the scene. My domain. The raid wide. That looks like a step on top of this to get launched into the air. Hell Skewer. Yeah, I can at least give him a little ablation. Well, probably was facing bullets into my authority. Green, blue, and like that. There's a green one too. Okay, that's just a spread mechanic. Get close to center. Also want to care for this team. Blood Ray. I feast upon your ether. Alone coiled. Yeah, it like tells you, like, don't be in here as this one. Like, I see. For the tank you die in the tank circle. In the no tank circle. For the lead ship. Oh. He moved south. I thought, like, he was going to attack to the south. Oh. I gotta be taught by people of a different role. Ooh, there's 4 of them. Setting the scene, I guess, doesn't hurt. Nope. Good amount of hours in the opening burst. Okay, 17 is okay. Definitely want to hear a version with much clearer lyrics. Let's do a quick test. to center. I really do like those circles. Just like anyone with this roll circle. That's a game I haven't seen before. I really like it. You got like sword. Oh, we got Thrice Come Ruin as well. Oh yeah, like 3 is good. There's Thrice Come Ruin. Okay, fire, that's the new one. Okay, that's stack. Yeah, it's the opposite of the poison one. It's like stack or split, get close or get far. Whoops. throw that on you quick. And you return the favor. Now just, yeah, like... If you actually step in the middle of those puzzles, bad things happen. Here we go! Hey, battle to hell! It could be worse! Pandemoneum has Fidelos complete! Nosferatu! I got 11. Oh shit. Yeah, it looks like the loot is basically yeah, like double. And like there is no helm here. Yeah, so I'll have to be rolling through this again. I'll just use since you got the LB. And just like immediately popping the minion. Now Themis, we end this here. Also like how these two are very color opposite. Like white robe, white hair, blue eyes, dark black robe, dark skin, dark hair, or red hair, red eyes. Who else? How am I put in chains? Think I would fall for one such as you? Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you should never have the knowledge you seek. Secrets of my transformation, secrets of my deception. They shall return to the star with me. You're wasting your breath, Hesperos. You have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. If I've failed, my end shall be on my terms. He's gonna run himself through. Remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperus? You were better than that. Her star shone more brightly than any other in Pandemoneum. You had La Habrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sell your legacy besides. Became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. Fail to see any dignity in that. So, I'd like to know why he chose this path. Hesperus' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you, and not him, to be La Habrea's son. So terrible did his jealousy become that he saw verboten power that La Habrea would be unable to ignore. How did pursuit of respect warp someone's heart so? How's infatuation with one person turn to contempt for everyone else? Never heard of such a thing. It happens, but that doesn't mean it's right. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing. Perhaps I signifies not but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. However, how it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. We have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creatures forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. If there are any left, if Hesperus didn't just murder them all. I believe it can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperus' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now it's a perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? What kind of a powerful being are you? What? Where's his presence? Ectonius, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. As Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos! We got a big ward in place. Warning sigil! How? Let's turn the gates for now. We should like to apprise the situation from there. You can say our investigation is far from over. Although we had defeated Hesperus, appears to but scratched the surface of Pandemoneum's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions. Could this mean that Hesperus wasn't actually behind this? It's a stark possibility, yes. Ruinous Christ may lay somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague and your senses were muddled. At least it was more than the results of a panicked mind. You're made to feel this way about powerful magical influence. Possibly the same magic could have poisoned Hesperus' heart, twisting the affection of La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperus into that thing? So, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, a mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for its experiments, for more potential Hemithioi. We're saying it's true that my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperus. You lose heart yet, Ericthonius. Hesperus challenged us alone. That tells me that the process of creation was a long and taxing one. That was the first Hemithios, the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandemoneum, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. Creation still having free reign of Delos, it won't be easy. On the contrary, they retain control of these circles, and thus can wield intermittent magic within their halls at will. Creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that? Nearly stopping us from turning over to Delos. Just so, I shall require expertise to keep the peace as subjects have been returned to their confinement. However, you are Delos' sole remaining warrior after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I'd like to resolve matters here if I was resorting to outside help, but... You said to report to La Habrea? It's too soon to say. Let's first find the way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life in Pandemoneum, not above asking La Habrea for help. Should it come to that. I do think we will end up having to end the second set in 6.2, having to ask La Habrea for help after see just what is going on, and then he'll show up for the final part, and we can actually see him and maybe learn his true name. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperus' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in the investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. And Ecthonius and I shall remain here for the time being. Must I enjoy your company? I don't believe we shall be needing protection as long as we remain in Delos. You take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Delos' burdens may grow heavy in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help when Earth's over around Mabel. We've all achieved all we achieved so far has been thanks to you two. I mean to repay that debt, the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense! You ask nothing. It's thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to Hippocampus' assault. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by separate paths. Only by combining our respective expertise, I'll reach the end of it and see Pandemoneum saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperus' words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we've come this far, together we'll reach the end. I do doubt we will. Even so, let's allow Evander her rest. Besides, there's someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Oh yeah. The way back in Aporia. I'm going to have a story for you. Okay, Vander, back to the past, and the worst for where I see. So, what did you find? So there's evil foot in Pandemoneum. Already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing waters. Truly, we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. Here's the voice of Vander heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As to who left it behind, and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet, ilm by ilm, we shall unveil that mystery. Help Evander, of course, by her actions with the fabric of the past we shaped, and she returns the same present she left. So let me one thing, intervention in Pandemoneum's crisis but one of the countless building blocks of history by which the world present has been built. Yes, we are in a time loop. We've already cleared Pandemoneum. And so, I'm guessing it's Themis because the crystal is blue. Sends that crystal in the future to maintain the time loop. just like it was with our first visit to the past. No telling what consequences arise if we stop pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unveiling within Pandemoneum, let's not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth in the future? I wreak havoc upon the worldly ancients, and despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages, and despair would only feed the terrible beast that arose during the final days. First final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars that left were made even deeper, we risk losing our president entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I have asked much to you already. Can I count on you to continue your work in Pandemoneum? Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is all we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? We can accompany you to the past. Perhaps something can be gained from researching it further. Yeah, don't worry, you have 2 patches to research this. I'm sure you'll find something in that time. Ensuring just as splendidly as the day we met, we shall begin work right away. I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as the matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. For that, allow me to make you an introduction. As the research moves to a critical stage, I find it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Miller needs an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from far-flung pasts or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. The researchers in numerous fields would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, give you goods return that should aid you in the trials ahead. Yep, here's my token exchange. More, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nanjizi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She's at your complete disposal. And here's my lore recap. I sense that we've embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I've accomplished in my many years of research. So I give no greater honor, nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there's anything that we found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we've unlocked the mysteries of this crystal. You'll be the first to know when we do. I'll just pick this out. There we go. Pandemoneum Relic Exchange. But the Limbo sets. So let's just see what this looks like. Ooh. I am a fan of just like cool monochrome sets, so yeah, this is actually really cool looking. It's like 580. I got my blade. Yeah, but I do have some weekly stuff I can start picking up now, actually. Let's go pick up my Wondrous Tales. Wondrous Tales is something I have to start doing now for leveling, since a Wondrous Tales journal is a full half a level. I did a little bit of work on Sage. You see the bar is almost full there. So, yeah, you gotta be up to 71 before you can enter boss, yep. Oh. Second coil, Bahamut turn 4. Eyes of the Creator. Eden's Gate Descent. other old extreme, do a level 90 dungeon. That's gonna be stupid easy. Puppet's Bunker. Let's see some aphorism in these now. Yeah, it's pretty much just like always MGP, always just like point certificate of the appropriate rank, bronze, silver, gold, and then something else. Sometimes tomes, or here we have 3 silvers instead of a gold. Actually, return quick. Yeah, it's only been 2.5 hours, so rather than just like running through that again, actually, one thing I didn't do was I didn't finish the level 90 role quests. So let's use this to go back to the city states. Let's finish at least one of them. Let's finish at least the tank one. Also, while I'm here, I could probably pick up like the Christmas event. I've seen like the minions all over the place. It's more level 9. Path Unveiled. Legal time is always a vendor. Once you go, the elder teacher sent word to go and fetch you. She's already on her way. It will explain everything herself when she arrives. Soon the 12 wood, both Moogle and man alike, have tallied forth branches in hand to the far reach of the forest. Soon their task shall be completed. Though the shadow of death yet looms large, they do not allow despair to their hearts, and hold fast to their faith in a brighter future. To see their hope rewarded, by the grace of the elementals, consign these grim days to memory. We need only succeed in summoning the ermine hedge. We recalled that the Great One's words were muddled and esoteric. We have his instruction to carry out this esoteric ceremony in order to expunge the corruption befouling the forest, whence tainted earth may begin to mend. For you see, when the ermine hedge last was formed, it was to protect the Twelveswood from threats without. The Great One acted as a guardian, embracing the woods to shield them as a father would his child. In this occasion, however, we'll call upon it to nourish and revitalize, as a mother nurses her child to make them strong against sickness. In channeling the power of the elementals in this way, we can stem the spread of Gletnir's poison. The scars of its passing will finally heal. At least, that was what the Great One intended to say, I believe. Since your council agrees with my interpretation, it's permitted me to perform the ceremony. I possession a single branch, the final one to be attached to the eldest tree of the Twelveswood. Well, you have done aid us thus far. I ask you to accept this honor. Who better than set the final stone in this new foundation for everlasting peace? You have sacrificed so much for the sake of others. If we had even a sliver of your courage, we could move mountains. Thank you, my friend. We will find the tree of which I spoke in front of the Leatherworkers Guild. Let us depart. Wow, just oldest tree in the entire Twelveswood, just in front of the Leatherworkers Guild. Right here in Gridania. Christmas right over there. A very Yeti starlight. We still don't have a dress of Alphino, though. He's already had 2 outfit changes. We don't have a minion of Heaven's Red Alphino. Look at the both above. You see a spot where the bark has been discolored by aging elements. There he must have fixed the branch. But yeah, to see this... Oh! This big-ass thing! This is the oldest tree. It's in the ancient trunk and affixed the branch of the guardian tree to the withered bark as directed by the elder seats here. You're quite the climber. And with all that, all preparations are now complete. Return to the guardian tree. The aid of the Great One delivers salvation to the whole of the Twelveswood. So now, not be surprised if, like, the ceremony is interrupted by Gleipnir. Yep, there's a light of an instance. It is truly Aesir's lingering examination for the elementals that drives the blasphemy will surely come. For the sake of the man he was, I must try to appeal to his reason. Should I fail, no recourse but to fight. Regardless, the stage we shall bid farewell to Gleipnir. Ooh, also, item sync to 550. Through the branches of the guardian tree, Twelveswood has become as one. Summoning the Ermine Hedge, every element of these sacred lands will be imbued with the Great One's nourishing ether. Force will be empowered to heal itself, to break free of Gleipnir's despair. Ceremony is complex and delicate, and I must maintain focus. I trust you will do what is necessary to see that I am not interrupted. Gleipnir comes! Defend the elder seats here! Blasphemy, Gleipnir. Are the elementals so deserving of your scorn? Do you hate me too for my horns? I knew a boy once, a boy who called them gifts. Symbols of the blessings he resolved to share with the world. The beast before me now brings naught but misery and death. Marks it victim of chains to bind and condemn. To share in its suffering. I was not there for you then, I'm here for you now. To make what you have become. Oh, we got breaking boundaries! Hell yeah! Should begin the ceremony. Stand fast and remember what we fight for. I just noticed, like, the bottom of my health is glowing. Just like, ugh! Gets mad when he's easier reporting the ceremony. Breaking Boundaries is honestly one of my favorite tracks in the game. Now, if you start zoning at the Ermine Hedge, you got, like, the gauge building. Oops. Poison breath. Creeping poison. Ooh. Persevere. I gotta move. Oh. I should have just moved to the side. Like, at the time maneuver. Ready! Oh. Oh, wait. What's the debuff on him? Is that? Lobotomize! Oh! I remember you! Oh, and the internet's been cut out. Well, I'm still hurting this guy. Ceremony is almost complete. The gauge at 55%. Yep. Carefully raise our spear. Poison taking effect already? Making my use of interject. Wave. Reconnecting accessible to just like my computer itself. Shout. Ooh. Yep. Serpent's Embrace. What are you doing? Shine Ring of Thorns. Let's just like put a focus on you. Oh, I just noticed we're at 95%. Nope. Cannot stand! No! We're at 95%! Come on! So as I remember, you deal a linear portion of your power. We run off together. Shift your ease with the Kani Stana. Come here, little beast. Let's see the contents of your innards. Ugh. My parents haven't heard. May your embrace shield us. Cleanse the corruption of our home. By the grace of the elementals. Yep. Ooh, and look at it like that. What we got? Yep. Ermine Hedge. It makes you immune to poison. Oh, I just like raised him. Now we press the attack. The light of the crystal. Oh, and now this is Blade. Within the barrier, we need not fear Glypnia's poison. Alice far from over. Feel yourselves. What arrow is that? Arrow 3! Oh my god! All the old smells they got, all the old things got removed! They're just bringing out all the good old oldies. I miss Arrow 3. That's such a cool animation. Yeah, like, I really worried, like, which one is the safe spot? It feels like it's so much more zoomed in.
I shall ease your hurts.
Oh my god, it's Poison Akmorn! Yeah, we're just like getting a soft and rage climbing where it's just like wave of lethal poison. And every time you get the damage up buff. Through sacred soil and azure skies, may your compassion flow and swell to banish the darkness. But she managed to purify him, ever briefly? I'm getting like Yuna animation vibes when she's doing this. The way she swings her staff around. Seething terror. Let's be quiet. Blessing, kind and preserved, now and always, child to child. Honor and gratitude and unending. For we as well, honor and gratitude unending, we could not have overcome the blasphemy without your aid. Grant rest and grace, I pray you continue to guide we children of the forest in your boundless mercy. Pray to forgive the lost and forsaken who succumb to despair. There it goes. To you, my dear Aesera, I promise I shall never forget your words of wisdom. Ours is indeed a gift and a blessing, and a duty to our people I will uphold. Till my final breath, this I swear. Thank you, Evander. Great cleansing could not succeed without you. The blight has been purged and the blasphemous beast which bored laid low. The sacred wit that once held his breath in fear now breathes a long sigh of relief. I must return to Gridania for my regular duties as Elder Seedseer, but I should be glad if you could call upon me there. That is, if I impose upon you one final time. Thank you. I promise not to detain you at length. Let us meet again at the Lotus Stand. pop up. Pew. Rainway's ether flows through all the 12's purging the last vestiges of Glypnia's poison. Surviving wounded are no longer in danger. I've begun to recover at long last. We have much cause to rejoice, in no small part because of you, my friend. On behalf of Gridania and myself, allow me to thank you yet again for your tireless efforts in bringing Glypnia to heal. You're above and beyond the call of duty for the sake of our people and their homeland. You're inspiring to behold, never for the first time, I must say. Forgive me, Elder Caesar, but with the Christ behind us, I suggest a new course of action. Oh, and what would that be? Rest. In all our time together, I've never seen you so hard pressed. Surely you're weary and could benefit from a brief respite. Yeah, he's like, take a day off! I praise your concern, my friend, but I cannot, will not. One day perhaps, but not this day. But Elder Caesar! Recent events have given me cause to reflect about my past, but lessons I once thought I had taken to heart. While I did not yet understand the duty with which I have been entrusted, when these horns of mine are but chains binding me to a destiny I did not choose, it was Aesir who taught me to appreciate the gift I have been given. Had he not been there to keep me to the proper path, where would my errant feet have taken me instead? Here's perhaps the first, but it would not be the last. My brother and sister and countless other kind souls, through their words and their support, have also helped me to continue to find a way forward, even when I thought there was none. It is by opening our hearts to another that we in turn open new paths, we can conceive of greater opportunities and brighter futures. All who live in Gridania are deserving of these gifts, and so I must always be there for them, that together we may journey in safety through darkest night. I tend to live wild and free like an adventurer. It is not without its appeal. Recall fondly the few occasions I had traveled beyond. Our time together in the treading mist left a lasting impression. However, there came a time when I need no longer serve as Elder Caesar. Should like very much to accompany you on another adventure. Regardless of what the future has in store, our present course is clear. As long as we Pajal serve as a bridge between man and elemental, Gridania can weather any storm. And so I continue to walk hand in hand with my people and my patrons along a path we can discover together. Gave the Gridania salute. If the velocity is no more, there's still administrative matters to resolve. Not too much to ask. Could you bring word of these recent events to our delegate at Razat Han? Ooh. An honor and pleasure, my friend. May the elementals watch over and keep you. In that case, I think I'll go finish the melee DPS one over Limsa and then turn them both in at the same time. So we need to actually properly gear you up. Still have an augmented Crippler's bracelet. Yeah, so let's buy some Moonward accessories for you. If I get the chance. calmer seas. Despite our best efforts, Lassie continues to elude us. For the time being, we... Sorry to interrupt. I have an incoming communication from Weiskit. Commander, we snared ourselves in blasphemy. We have our erstwhile companion Rial to thank. Knowing that the creature was the Hagen Queen, he had a close eye on the spawning grounds. Sure enough, he spied a massive black shadow moving beneath the water not long ago. Receiving word, Shamani Lamani directed Maelstrom warships to the vicinity to herd the beasts of cannon fire into the Stasha Seagrot. Isolated by as the Seagrot is, can engage our foe without putting small folk at risk. Any words for your men, Commander? Company of heroes, assemble! Tell me twice, I've been aching for a rematch. Rushing blindly will go as poorly as for you as it did the first time. Ha! Knowing you, I'm sure you'll show up just in time to see me deal the killing blow. Now, can we not save our vitriol for the quarry which we've lured to the perfect spot? Now waiting patiently for all of you to put it out of its misery? Psh, psh, Blade Fox's guppy booms blast over big blasting me to bitty pieces. Montelier crew you'll never find. We'll serve you well when the battle is joined, believe you me. Mr. Mailrep, I'll ready a warship at once. Assemble outside the wench once you've seen to all your preparations. Come, I shall pray for your victory. Got 3 last pieces, a Plaka set, and then still a Crypt Liquor. Well, we're just straight into it. Vendor, the others should be along soon. Oh yeah. Blasphemy is still contained within the Stasha Seagrot. There we will meet its end, navigator willing. With my brothers and I could join the fight, yet blasphemous would we be if that beast wants our mother. Understand, Null, but give us what we must do. With her means and her work transformation, we are doing all our power to bring your mother back. Sadly, there's nothing left of her to save. Creatures to Hagen and limits of the alike, the blasphemy has to be laid to rest. When the deed is done, I'll bring your brothers, use the crossing tide, aboard the great ship we call Zildaran. I know want to slay your mother. This thing she has become, a mindless beast to enslave and kill her own, is an affront to the memory of who she was. It's not her. It is not. Remember this always. You must. Yeah, getting flashbacks to your own father. I'll ask you to shoulder the burden of matricide. Time comes to strike the final blow, I will do the deed. Shh, Admiral. All I say is true, and yet... Commander, I sent a group of fishbacks, crushing tide most like, and straight for the Seagrot. You best make your way here, fast. Gonna move out then. Any words to the man before he set sail? Don't go down on me out there. The new commander sounds more and more like the old one. Enough talk. It's time to show the realm where the company of heroes has lost a step. Aye! Stand a better chance of slipping past the crushing tide if we split up, Evander. Evander and I will go together, but the rest of you take a different route. Let's break no further delay to the Stasha! My queen, I beg of you, pray show your loyal son mercy! Yep. Just squished. Blasphemy, the Indigo Beast. It's Tao, what's left of him. Shh! Speaker Tao! Why would a queen do such a thing? It is as the Shorewalkers say. We thought it was a blessing and in truth a terrible curse. Shh! The horror! Be mushed away at once! And leave the Shorewalkers to face their Queen Mother alone? No, I will stand with them. You mustn't soil your hands with the blood of your mother. Go and be with your kin. Go! Shh, forgive me. I was beginning to think you wandered off a cliff, Lawrence. Must you say it like that? I've heard of myself as fashionably late. Yes. Enough talk, it comes. Counting on you, Lawrence. There's weakness escapes my eyes. Lawrence is eagle-eyed. Just one shot here. Like the full combo. Aye, there we go. See what easy was? Ricky, you can do it too, acting commander. Through the maelstrom, I just noticed. Also, we keep picking the same ones to attack. Got the time you got? Time to put you out of your misery. Oh no, wait, it's omnidirectional. Indigo, whoa. Annihilation flare. I executed that terribly. Octopus cake. Whoa, my children! Prepare yourselves. All the others have arrived. Oh, rehabilitation! Thank you! Gob juice.
You're in my sights.
Ooh. Coronac. Oh, that's good. Actually, just noticed. Influence. Observing the recurve. Attention quickly. Extinction flare. Oh boy. Power. Count for the count. Easy to go blast the entire island. Better work fast. Here's now the theme's gonna change. Shh, we stand with you. Yep. As we do. As we do. The future of Indigo Deep. Oh, the welcome Ballista. Steve's blessing.
The winds favor us.
Oh. Oh, look at all of that.
I will not yield.
And just like, beat the countdown, beat the countdown. Haha! And now it gets it, 50 Gekka. Whatching? Oh, we're actually a little over 3 hours now. Yep, death penalty. I'm not asking for your forgiveness, but this I promise, you'll be remembered for the mother you were. I have no words. Our Queen Mother returns to the depths of eternal slumber. With your strength, we could have crushed us so easily. Why did you spare our lives? The beasts and blasphemies are born from despair in our hearts, but no more, I would break that cycle. Though Dal may have been blind to it, I believe in a future where Sahagin and Leminson live in harmony. Even after losing who she was, your queen made for your spawning grounds. It is there she drew her last breath. When your next queen is crowned, know that she will have a safe place to raise her young. When you select a suitable location, Limsa Lominsa will recognize you and honor your claim. How so you're grateful, Admiral. What of the other peoples of Vilbrand? Kobolds were our open idea. The details need to be negotiated, but I'm confident we can reach an agreement. Sahagin, Kobold, and Leminson the like yearn to abide in peace. We can make it so. Never fought alongside shorewalkers before, but I must say it felt good. We have fought our neighbors for generations. It was only suffering and tragedy. I beg of you, lay down your spears. It will take time and effort to bridge the gulf between our peoples, but bridge it we shall. And then he tries to sneak off and fade into the night quietly. Just freeze. I guess we have a lot to talk to do as well, don't we, Commander Lawrence? Lendenhell, if you'd allow me to explain. Let's be off before they drag us into this mess. He's just like crowding down there. Perfect timing, Akin Commander. You just saved me from this bloodthirsty bastard. Well, Lawrence, let's hear your excuse. It better be a good one. Why the seven hells were you skulking about in the shadow when we did all the dirty work? Ha! I can't let me any happier if I showed myself sooner. Here you're wanted now. What'd you think? What, you didn't think you could handle this on our own? Aye, everybody fears regardless. Don't think I forgot what happened, or rather, didn't happen on the day of our duel. Even through the future of the company, though the future of the company hung in the balance, I waited and waited and waited some goddamn more, and still you never turned up. I got you now, and I'll have my satisfaction. Giving Lawrence a penchant for late arrivals could have been worried too. To say he kind of fine to be an understatement. Not by choice as usual. My skills deserted him rubbing your Costa del Sol not long ago. Seymour Commander's willful sense of direction is not improved in the least. I'm surprised you never realized that, though. That was to blame for his extreme tardiness. But the commander did indeed arrive at the agreed location for your duel, after the Senate had risen and said half-dozen times. Ah! So he's got the sense of direction of a brick. Yeah, you need the navigator! You're gonna take me, Shamani. You promised that I would stay between the two of us. Brave Fox, you have a kind word or two for your old commander, don't you? Commander Lawrence, Commander no more. New commander, friend to gobbies everywhere. There's many sweat works for gobby kind. You know, I thought you were too much of a coward to face me in battle. Come down, Landon. You know me better than... That's settled. If I hear you now, on your guard! But put the thing down, I say! You can hurt someone with that! Just disappointed. I don't believe this once the glue that held this very band together. That's right. If you hadn't yet realized the obvious, Lawrence is our former commander. Forgive me for not stating it fully sooner. I didn't want you to think me down your leadership. He got his quirks, but as you saw, he's a force of nature on the battlefield. Anyhow, I think we can all say your stint as acting commander has been a rousing success. Now I reckon it's about time you gave your final order. Psh, can't believe heroes a band break once more. My Fox never liked parting of gobby friends. Here, I may have my complaints. When we're together, a good fight's never far away. Hardly need a company or commander to get you that. And should limbs again be imperiled, there's nothing stopping us from rising the occasion. So then, you're all strong enough in your own right. Let's serve the weak in your own ways. They're just whatever. Just getting into poses. Okay, we're not quite done yet. We've had quite the turn of duty, but all good things has come to an end. Any parting words before we go our separate ways? Give Yagaruju my best regards. Yeah, finally, I can enjoy some semblance of peace again. At least as much as peace as a man can enjoy waiting hand and foot on the Lord of Costa del Sol. It may have been rough sailing at times, but I rather enjoyed sitting on you, acting Commander Evander. Well, if you've got something to say, let's hear it. Turn to the whalers and keep the murdering to a minimum. Ha! As if I need you to tell me. Well, I enjoy the diversion. I know as well as any that my true place is Gridania leading a respectable life. You may have been the perfect commander, but 12 is my witness. I hope to fight by your side again. Farewell. Well, yours, Commander. After the brave noon. Look after the brave noon. I have responsibilities. A tribe that wants my guidance and protection. You'll afford to tarry here much longer. Nevertheless, it's with some regret that I take my leave. For all their faults, of which there are many, they are my companions. I will miss them. I'm not really going to try bothering just like getting the roles right. Well, let's hear it, Commander. You owe me a bottle of your finest Bacchus. I gave them all the personalized messages. Indeed, I mean to return to Wineport as soon as I've tied up a few final loose ends here. Speaking of wine, I've always preferred the older vintages. Let us sleep in their barrels for many a summer. They come out tasting better than ever. One might say the same about our own company. Just bow. Brave wants busy work. Brave wakes Uplander's lip flaps. No more cheese wars, please. Brave feels heavy heart, but accepts Uplander's bossy words. Brave had good times and happy feels with gobby friends. Good times will come again. When they do, new boomsticks will bring bloody doom with much fastness. I remember this. Brave Long's up hard mode is just like, the Illuminati invaded her home because she stole a recipe for cheese. That's how intense they were about hoarding knowledge. Just a recipe for cheese and just like enough to go to war over. On that note, I ought to be on my way. Step away again, are we? You are a creature of habit. I resented you for it at the time, you know, but I think I understand now. Better to shun fame and not serve as an example of glory seekers too eager to fight and too quick to die. You're overthinking it. I'm a creature of whimsy. A man who lets the tailwind carry him where it will. More importantly, this new age belongs to new blood. I've had my day in the sun. If you can see in broken piece of beastmen, there'll be no need to worry about primals. The company can go into permanent retirement, and I can say I did right by the old man. If you hadn't been there for us both, I don't know if I could have pulled the trigger. Thank you, Lawrence, brother. Bah, I did nothing. It was you who shouldered Captain Lufus's burden, and that of the entire league. Sorry, Melwood. I know it hasn't been easy for you. But I dare say you've worked hard enough. Maybe us company folk aren't the only ones in need of retirement. But I said too much. Lawrence holding his tongue. Gods, you have changed. But yes, the greatest test as Admiral still lies ahead. To steer the great ship Veiled Brand towards a new future. You truly are your father's daughter. All you my things. Dare say you almost did as good a job keeping my men detached as I could have done. Hunch, but something tells me your paths might cross again. Forgive me if I carry on like I've never seen you yet before. Not unlike my old friend Mistbeard. I forgive my past in the past. And with that, I'm off. Take care of yourselves. The blasphemy is no more. We'll never know lasting peace until the Christian tide agrees to lay down our arms. We have nothing task, but as we saw in Sastasha, they're not beyond reason. I'll do all my power to see your efforts, that my sacrifices of my brothers were not in vain. Pish, forgive us. Even after being freed from false God's thrall, we still clung to hateful beliefs. It's easier to hearken to speaker down every word and turn a blind eye to harsher truth. Easier and cowardly. I'll return to speak of my brothers of the crushing tide. I'll tell them our Queen Mother's sacrifice and the vision of hope you have shared with us. I hope they give us time and trust us to make our own decision. Got my word. Do not be adverse. Let's return to spawning grounds together. Adventurer, I have no words to express my gratitude to you. I repay the only way I know how, doing my part to usher in an age where show rockers and Hagens stand as one. Just us now, it would seem. As we achieved the measure of peace with the kobolds, I prayed that this day would come. Though it is, of course, only beginning, negotiations will be held, and words exchanged in earnest will invariably lead to flared tempers and bruised egos. Such things will always accompany meaningful progress. History of Veiled Brand is one of bloodshed. We have the power to change our ways. After all, it's clear we are more united more by our similarities than we are divided by our differences. I'll share what I've seen as the Hagen with my fellow Mincents and listen closely to their doubts and concerns. There must be a harmony not foisted upon them from above, but which they aspire to of their own free will. No doubt, Null and his brothers feel the same. Again, we have to come to Limsa's aid and my aid at a time we need it most. Next we meet, hope to will not be as admiral and adventurer, but as friends. May up trading war stories over ales at the wench. Heard out, I must turn to my duties. Drafting reports and decrees is hardly the most exciting part of my role, but it is a necessary one. How to pass the Rezahan, appreciate your exploits of our delegate there. Doubtless be interested to hear your first-hand account. One day I'll lay down these muskets of mine for good. Not yet, father. Not yet. Yay! Let's go to Razathan. Also, maybe buy myself a bracelet. There's also a person here to trade with. $180. Bracelet of Sling. Yes. All the Radiant Host. I want to turn in Dark Knight first because, well, it's my main. Oh. Taking it went the wrong way again. Welcome back. I pray you are all on glad tidings. Flipping your slain? Perhaps joining me on an otherwise uneventful day. Of course, I complete faith in your success. You begun to worry ever so slightly that you never turn as quickly as anticipated. Point of success to the envoys at once. If we have further need of you, I pray you will answer our call. Now, dye the job civic gear for level 90 tanks. More than death. Except with news from my homeland. Extraordinary! And chance of peace with Hagen? It's a heartening tidings indeed. I doubt you have held to the spell of hollow despair that once hung over all of Vilbrand. People now bask in newfound hope. I shall share the news with the others, full glad that they'll hear that the threat limits of the mints is no more. Thank you again, my friend. Now dye the job civic gear for level 90 melee DPS. And more than loss. But that's all the time we have for today. It'll be last time I stream 14 for a bit. Like, I may do a stream when Savage comes out of just like a pug stream. Or just like, let's jump in and see if I can just like, how my first run of just like Azrael's one pug is. That may or may not be a thing. Christmas is almost here, and I will be taking the 24th, 25th, and 26th off. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no weekend streams again. But tomorrow, Thursday, as I said, I'll be playing through my first ever Souls game with Demon Souls. So I'll be doing Sour Souls. I got this. Big box full of Warhead candy, and every time I die, I'm gonna take one, and it's gonna suck. But I admitted this before, but this is a bit of a viewership stunt. I want to just like help boost my numbers. I think doing something really stupid will help do that. Like I said, that's for tomorrow. Until then, this has been Evander Advent. I stream every day here on Twitch, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. US at the time. And join tomorrow for the start of Sour Souls on PlayStation 5. Till then, good night, everybody.